Hello, everyone. Welcome to my first lecture. I'm going to get this started for us here in just a moment. If I can find my deal here. Hey. So, as mentioned before, my name is Professor Raymond Johnson. I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of you this summer. And if you have any questions about any of the materials, what I'm going to do is provide many snippets of videos. One of the things that some instructors may do is have maybe an hour long or 2 hour long video. Personally, I think that'd be relatively boring. But what I'd like to do instead is to break it into maybe 10, 15 minute, maybe 20 minute, 10 or 15 minute snippets. So it gives you the opportunity to consume the material, review it, and research and do some other things, and then move on to the other segments as um, as captured on video. So with this, we're going to start with chapter one. I'm going to go through what is marketing and also the different eras in marketing and eras, ERA, eras. And so when we look at marketing itself, really it's all about, as it says there, exchanging value through relationships. Relationships is really key in the modern world. You'll find in the past we focused on just sales, production, marketing, whatever, but it's all about relationships now. And in my previous world, as I said as I mentioned before, is that I've been in business, corporate America, for over 40 years. And in that space, I've worked with some of the top companies in the world. I've been executive of some of those companies. And I've been able to see some of these era shifts. But what's interesting, what you must understand is that today it's all about relationship. And we'll talk about that in greater detail. But for now, what is marketing? Well, here's the definition of marketing. I'm not going to read through that, but it's all about creating value. I have a product, and what's going to differentiate my product from others? I need to find a way that's going to show added value that will make people will cut consumers purchase my product versus others. And when we look at value and how it's defined, it's really the perceived value by your customers over the price. That perceived value may be high, it may be low. For instance, if you're in real estate, three words are extremely important to you. You have an idea what they are. What's location, location, location. You can take the same house built by the same builder, the same construction crews, same hammers, nails, etc. And if that home is in one part of town, it may sell for $350,000. That same exact home in another segment of town may be worth $700,000. It really depends on the customer's perceived value. Presumptively, if you're in the higher realm of that, obviously the schools may be better, the amenities may be better, all those things. But it's the customer's perceived value over price. And we'll be talking about that. I'll give you some examples later on. But please read up on that, take a look at it. And then really what we're trying to do is exchange. We want people to purchase our product. That's essentially what it is. We're trading things of value between the buyer and seller. So if I share with you a value proposition for a product, if you like it, you'll buy it. So there's an exchange there. And so you're perceived to be better off after purchasing my product. And that's why we'll get into, as we won't really talk about it in this section, but it's really amazing when you take a look at products that may be rather homogeneous or maybe even commoditized. Orange juice. If you were an orange juice seller, how are you going to differentiate your orange juice from someone else's? Let's say a class of 50. How is everyone going to differentiate their orange juice? Let's say there are 50 manufacturers of orange juice or orange juice producers. Well, someone may say my orange juice is without pulp. Maybe mine is not made from concentrate, or perhaps mine has added vitamin C. Mine has added vitamin D. Maybe I've added protein to mine. Maybe it's less calories, whatever it is. And in marketing, we have to find and understand what our customers' wants and needs are and address them. So that's exchange. And then marketing management, just overall leading and managing the overall marketing process at a company. is, it's you may have promotions, you may have a number of different ideas, etc. But what you're trying to do is you're trying to create those exchanges. And marketing management, you are responsible for that. My daughter is a marketing manager, director of marketing at LG. That's what she does. I have a daughter-in-law that's in marketing management as well. She's currently with Priceless or whatever, but she's been with a number of companies in the past. But her job is to come up with and craft those different messages and ideas that are going to push consumers to purchase. This is a very, very important slide because if you are in marketing, the first thing that you have to do is to understand the marketplace. How are you going to do that? You may poll people, you may you may review information, statistical information, you may take a look at competitive information, whatever it is. You will then design a strategy that's going to help you deliver added value to your customers. Then you execute that, and then you create that value, and then the exchange takes place, and then consumers or stakeholders believe that they have received value and they will purchase it. By the way, a stakeholder is really anyone that has to do this even better. We'll talk about stakeholders in greater detail later. Do me a favor and just use AI to look it up. Essentially, stakeholders just any organization, any entity that can benefit from being associated with the company. And there's the way that we market it in America has changed over the years. In the beginning, there was a production era. Then from there, in the early 1900s, we moved into a sales era. Marketing was post-World War II, like in the 1940s, 50s. And then now we're in the relationship. There's going to be other areas. There will be other errors that will crop up. Do you have any idea what they might be? I think it might be micro relationships or micro marketing, maybe, or something of that sort. Something dealing with social media is what I believe, but we'll see what happens. But we're in the midst of this right now. You're making history because, again, production, sales, marketing, relationship. What are these? First of all, the production era. And at that time, you had companies that would make products, or perhaps you would make a product that you would use. But they then shifted from production for use to production for exchange. It means that we're going to sell something. And so in the production era, we would just make product. We'd manufacture product. We're really not concerned about what the customer's needs are. We're not concerned about what the customer wants are. We're just making product, and we know that people will buy it. So what happens then as you're making that is manufacturing those products. After a while, you're going to serve your customer base. But then as you continue to manufacture product, you now have an excess of inventory. So that led us to the sales era, because now initially the buying factor was just supply. If it was available, I'd buy it. But now they realize that that you could be driven by other factors. And now if you have that excess inventory, then what might happen is that you may now figure out ways that you're going to sell this excess inventory. Maybe you're going to have 3-for-1 sales, 2-for-1 sales, whatever it might be, but you have that sales mentality. You're just trying to sell the product without, at this time, you're really not focused on the needs or wants of the customers. You're just coming up with ways to sell the product. That led to the marketing era. In the marketing era, we found that in the sales era, people were selling products, but they were very pushy. They were just trying to sell a vehicle, sell a car, sell whatever it is without consideration for what the customer really wanted. In marketing, we're finding that we now need to listen to customers. I need to listen to what their needs are and their wants. And I can craft a solution then that meets and exceeds their needs and wants. And so that happened there for a while. But now we're in it, and we're now finding that we have now ushered in a relationship era. In my business, I worked with Fortune 100 companies. I had companies like Tia Craft or Tia, the state of South Carolina. I had Time Warner Cable / Spectrum as my customers, etc. And you find that it's really important to establish relationships with the buyers at these companies, the executives at these companies, because if I have a really great relationship with them, if something goes awry, the number one, they'll give me some time to fix it because of our trusting relationship. They know that I will get it fixed. But also, in this relationship era, I really know them and they know me. We've probably gone to dinner multiple times. I know about their family. I know about their pets. I know about their birthdays. I know all those things, right? And then it's all about building that relationship. So that's the relationship era. And you'll see there it says, and hopefully become a customer for life. There's something called a customer lifetime value. It means that if a company is high on business acumen, what they're going to do is ensure that when they have a customer, that they keep that customer. And then you're going to think about how many purchases do you assume or do you predict or forecast that that customer may make over their lifetime. For Kleenex, I think the customer lifetime value is about $968. They believe that in your lifetime, you will purchase $968 worth of Kleenex. And if they can increase the number of purchases of their product, they know that that's typically the spend for each consumer. They're going to do very well. So it gives us the opportunity to really look inside and better understand um, our customers' problems. And also, if I've really met with the customer and spent time working with them, they trust me and they'll share with me additional problems that they may not share with others. That's who wants to admit that they have problems, right? So I have to build that relationship so that they trust me and they're willing to talk about their problems and issues. So that's it for now. That's the first segment. I'm going to stop this right now. And thank you again for watching this video. Come on. There we go. Goodbye, everyone. Till the next meeting.